I wanted to share with you the realizations that I've had in a session with a good friend of mine. We've been working on women's embodiment sessions, and this is reconnecting with the self, reconnecting with our bodies, with for me, a goal of finding my inner power again more strongly, resetting my boundaries, letting go of things that don't serve me. So conditioning I've been brought up with, where I do too much and struggle to take time to just rest and be, to nurture myself and nourish myself. And I wanted to share the experience I had of today's meditation. I find it very hard to ground myself. It's always been a challenge. My head kind of floats up into activity and stuff. And I had this beautiful image of like the tree of life, where from my womb area, I had the roots going deeply from that part of my body, and then from the heart chakra, it wasn't just groundedness into the ground, but into the air as well. And so the branches were extending out from my heart chakra, and I could feel the connectedness and the importance of that connection to give me strength and groundedness, the stability to navigate the challenges of everyday life, especially a neurodivergent mother and therapist in a neurodivergent family, where none of us really get our needs met by the outside world fully. And so this strength, it felt really empowering. And then I was asked to look around me, and I saw these pictures behind me. And these are photos of doorways. And this doorway is on the very top of a hill of an island that I go to in summer. Sorry, that one. This is the front door of our apartment on the inside, and this is the front door of our apartment on the outside. And I realised that these images came from my Croatian grandmother, that this was a gift she had given me, and that I was connected to her as my female ancestor. And these two paintings at the top were done by my British grandmother, by my granny. And she lived a life of suppression, addicted to Valium for many years because she was too hyper, too much. And my belief is my understanding is she didn't really find herself until she stopped taking Valium and became chattery and friendly and lively again. But in this kind of interconnectedness, I felt my power in my heart chakra, but I realized that it was connected to my intuition, and I cannot have wisdom and intuition unless it comes from a place of love and compassion from the heart. That otherwise it's not true wisdom, it's not true intuition. It has to come from a place of compassion for all living beings, including myself. And then I was thinking about, how far out does this power go? I can feel it within me, and it's a real strength. But how big is it? And I realised that it felt almost infinite. And I had the image of this tree of life again, of the power going out through the branches, but not even stopping at the leaves, somehow connecting with my female ancestral line, backwards, but also down through my daughter. And I realised the strength that I have, which I sometimes forget I have, because life in a neurodivergent family requires an awful lot of strength. And there are times when I felt that I'm failing, and I realise in a neurotypical family I would be seen as so powerful, but so much of my energy is taken up with things that many neurotypical families never have to navigate. I was feeling like I'm making things up, and I reflected back on the last 3 ADHD clinic appointments I've had. The first one, my daughter had run away from school and come home just as I needed to leave, so with a teacher and a friend in tow. The second one had been such an awful drop-off that I came home and cried and had to rush off to my appointment. And the third one, my son didn't sleep till 4:30 in the morning, and neither of my kids went to school. And I thought, just a snapshot of 3 medical appointments, looking at the days I've had, and I realised I'd been gaslighting myself. This is bloody tough. It's hard. And as parents in neurodivergent families, we have to strengthen ourselves. Our groundedness needs to be deeper. Our inner strength needs to be bigger. Our wisdom needs to be wider. Our hearts need to be fuller, and we have to fill this ourselves. Yes, we can get this support from those in our community and the people that matter to us, that we love, but we need to find this well within as well. And that's something that I've been neglecting for a long time. So this is my journey right now, and I wanted to share it with anyone that needs to hear it, because I come across neurodivergent parents, especially the mothers, in my client work and with friends, where we are all giving too much and feeling like failures and not giving to ourselves enough. And, I recognise this to be my only failing, that I need to give to myself more. And that is what I intend to do. So that was a very powerful experience for me. And I've noticed also things shifting in the last few weeks. And I remembered something at 5 o'clock this morning. I'd left something out on the line and it was meant to rain. And I thought, sod it. And I got out of bed 5 o'clock in the morning, into the garden in my PJs, bare feet. And the bliss of being in the garden in my bare feet at 5 in the morning with no one to make demands of me because they were all asleep. And I took the laundry in, came back inside, liberated a spider on the way up to bed, and fell promptly back asleep again. And it was a really glorious experience. And it's the first of quite a few I've been having, little moments of deep beauty in the mundane. So a number of areas to think about. I hope some of this will hit with other people that need to hear it, and wishing you all a good week. Take care, everyone.